Hi, how y'all doing? This is going to be my first video of areas that I grew up in and spent my childhood in and found a lot of good times. Today, because it's my first, I'm going to make it a short one. We're going to do a loop around the East branch of the Swift River, at the Winsor Dam and the Quabbin Reservoir. Hopefully I'll be able to do some more in the future of the Quabbin and the longer walks that are very pretty and have a lot of history behind them. So today, again, we're going to just do a quick walk. It's about 4.5 miles total, and it's along the east branch of the Swift River and the Winsor Dam at the Quabbin Reservoir. Thanks for watching. So this is where we are parked at the wildlife management area. We're on Route 9, just outside the town of Ware. I don't know if you can see the sign down there. Parking is pretty good. There's usually more cars than this when you come down. This is a big fishing area that people come down looking for trout. It's a nice place for catch and release. It's good if you like to fish. Just a fun day. Here's a quick picture off the bridge going over the Swift River. You can see the water down below. Well, actually, I don't know if you can see the water down below, how clear it is, but the water is crystal clear. And it's just a great place to come, just enjoy some nature, get away from it all. We'll be heading right down that way to the trail in a couple seconds. Alright, I didn't film the initial few steps because I'm feeling old today. But you just walk down along the side of the bridge, down these rocks, and you end up down here on the trail right along the side of the river. And as I said before, crystal clear water. This is the water that's released from the Quabbin Reservoir, which is used for drinking water for the city of Boston and the surrounding areas out there. Several towns were destroyed and people relocated so that the city could have water. There's signs put up as a reminder to everyone that comes out here. It's catch and release only and fly fishing only. No using bait, no using lure, nothing but artificial flies. Can't ever really get away from the sound of civilization, but as you walk upstream, the car sounds do start to get quieter and the nature sounds start to get louder. In the background, I can hear a very irritated chipmunk because I just walked too close, but they'll get over it. It's a place that on the other side of the river that was set up so you can kind of just sit and relax and enjoy watching the water go by. We'll stop there on the way back. As you can see, the trail is relatively easy to walk so far. It's cleared and fairly smooth from the use of all the fishermen, fisherwomen, fisher people that walk up and down the side of the river looking for a little bit of fun. See out in the water here, you got a person out doing a little bit of fly fishing, standing in the river. Looks like we've got a bridge here now. When I was young and would come out with my dad fishing, I can promise you I crossed through there. There was no nice bridge, easy to walk across. But along with time comes improvements. Got a white birch tree here. This was used by Native Americans to make birch bark canoes. That would have made a great canoe. You can see out on the other side of the river, just forest. Occasionally you'll see a deer. Hopefully we'll see one today. It is the middle of the day, so likely they're bedded down and sleeping. But who knows? We'll stumble upon one maybe. The trail does get down pretty close to the river. You always want to watch your step. You don't want to slip and fall in here. It's not moving that fast, but it is definitely cold. I can tell you that from experience. I've been in it. A little bit of a roadblock here. Just step up over it. And keep on going. I know you can't tell in the video, but the air out here just smells so beautiful. All you smell is pine and forest. And it's terrific. Path here going down to the rivers for somebody's fishing spot. We're going to take the high road. So the big green wall that you see up in the distance is the first sight of the dam that's holding back all the water. We'll be getting closer to that, and then we're going to walk across the top of it and then walk down the other side of the river. See another person up above fishing. Where we are now is along some high tension wires, so it's been opened up wide for access for the trucks to get to if they need to do any work. That's why all this is cleared out. Takes away from some of the beauty of the walk, but it needs to be done so that we can all have electricity. Alright, we're back into the shade of the woods again. A little bit higher up from the river. I don't know if you can see it down there through the brush. It's a bit of a walk to get down there. Now, not too many people would be going down to the river from the edge here. Just a little too steep. A little bit of a hill to climb up. It's been going for quite some time now. But it was either climb the hill or walk along the riverbank, where I wasn't 100% positive there would actually be a trail. So we'll take the hill. All right, we're coming up on the spillway bridge. This would have water coming through it if the water behind the dam became too high. They would open up gates to allow the water to escape through here to prevent any significant flooding. When I get up onto the top of the bridge there, I'll take a picture or a quick video from up the stream bed that was created, so you can see what that all looks like. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what they are, but they're all along this walkway here. They look really nice. Bright yellow contrast to the greens. There's another view of the dike or the dam. Not sure what its proper name is. And hopefully we'll be able to get up on top of that and take some pictures out over the water. There are paved roads up here for people that just want to come up, see the view, and not do the walk. When I was young, this gate was not here. You could drive right across this bridge. You could drive up to the right or to the left, drive right over the dike. But after 9/11, things changed. You can't let people get near the public drinking water. This is a view from on top of the spillway bridge that you just saw. You can see it's just a big hole cut through the rocks to allow water to escape in a flood situation. Nothing special, just build a big alleyway. I know I'm in a paved area where lots of people are, but I'll give you this warning because I didn't do it while I was in the woods. Beware of poison ivy. It is everywhere it can possibly be. Here's a view, one end of the dam to the other. We're here. I'll get closer so you can read the sign. And we're going to walk all the way across the top of it to the trees on that side. We'll go back down to the river. So it's the Winsor Dam, 2,640 feet long, 170 feet high, built in 1940, and like I said, destroyed several towns and relocated several thousand people and businesses to create drinking water for the city. And a whole bunch of other people out enjoying the day too, walking out along the dam, taking some pictures, just having a good time. It's a great place to go. Just another view from about middle way down through the dam. This is off the top. On the other side of the road, looking down out over the valley where the river flows. Way off in the distance, you can see some cars where we started. They'll be driving out along the water out that way. You can't really see the road, but it's a few feet in, and it follows along the coast of the water for a little ways and up the hill. So we made it down to the other end of the dam. You can see out across the water, it just goes on. Seems like forever. At this end of the dam is the visitor center, which you can see up the street. Administration building. It's got some nice historic information inside, showing some pictures of the towns and maps of the towns and some artifacts, but we'll save that for another day. Instead, we're going to head out this way through the loop trail. We'll head down the walkway. And again, view from the other end of the dam. You can see an access road down below. People used to drive, park all along that road, and then picnic on the field beside it, but no more driving down here. Anyway, we're going to make our way down the trail now. Nice and cool down here. I had to stop for a few minutes at the top and sit in the shade because my camera told me that it was overheating, or my phone told me it was overheating and I couldn't use the camera anymore. So I had to sit and wait for a little while for it to cool down. I had to take the case off of it, give it a little rest, but we're back on our way. Just a nice quiet day in the woods. You can hear a couple squirrels. If I stop talking, you can hear a couple squirrels. And this used to be where people would drive down. They'd be able to park their cars, and they'd use this as a picnic area. And through those bushes that you can't see through were straight ahead, there was another big large field that, again, picnic and frisbee and just having a good time. But that all changed after 9/11. This is a pumping station where the water is released at a standard flow from the dam, from the reservoir, keeping the Swift River running at adequate levels for wildlife to live in. This is the trail that's been set up by the visitor center, make it a little bit easier. for people walking to get down by the riverside. You can see the water moving right along as it's released. I believe that may also be a power station, I'm not positive. And we've got a bridge up ahead so that we can cross over to the other side of the river, walk the other trail down back to the car. The water again, crystal clear, just beautiful water. If I happen to see a fish in there, I've seen a couple, but they got a little bit fast for me to be able to film them. But I did see a couple good-sized brown trout down there. So hopefully I'll see some on the way back to the car. And we can get them on film for you. Another view at the base of the dam. I'm going to try and zoom in. I don't know how good the camera will work. We got a whole bunch of geese out in the field eating grass and not being bothered. So we're at an area that's known as the Y pool. This would be where the spillway would be releasing water if it was opened and needed to be used. And over here is the main river coming out. And where they collect right here is a place that fishermen love. Now I can see a couple fish underwater. Unfortunately, my camera lens isn't exactly polarized, so I'm having a hard time finding them in my viewfinder, but I know there's one right in front of me, right there. And again, looking upstream towards the pumping station or the power station, I'm not sure which one it is, and across the bridge, looking down in the direction of the Y pool, and we'll be heading downstream now and heading back out towards the car. Another view looking up in towards the Y pool. The water just is nice, slow, cold, and the fish just go up there to rest and eat. Typically when you come into this area, you'll find 4 or 5 fishermen all sitting right along that light dark line in the river because the fish like to congregate right around there. So far this side of the river has quite a big trail. I'm guessing that this is for access for rangers and for fire vehicles and infrastructure along the river, because I do know that at one point in time, and as I speak it's right here, they built little jetties out into the water to make it easier for fishing. Oh, here comes some geese. These little walkouts were built into the river to make it easier for people fishing. Not everybody has the boots to be able to walk out into the water. And so by doing this, it gives the fly fishermen nice range to be able to do their casting. And for those people with boots, it makes a nice easy way to walk into the water. Well, the trail seems to have started to thin down to a walking trail again. About 25-30 feet back, a larger vehicle-sized trail turned off to the right, went up the hill. So we must have gotten off what was the access road back onto basically a walking path for fishers and people that just like to get outside in nature for a while. And again, we get some modifications, because I can guarantee you that I did not have these stairs to climb up when I used to fish here. But definitely makes the walking easier, and it keeps the hillside from being destroyed by people traipsing all over it. This is appearing to be the end of the trail. I can hear the road right in front of me, and you can see this is the access road for DPW vehicles. I think they're still called DPW. Yeah, and just in front you can see it. It's the gate for letting people in and out that need to work down there. So it was a nice walk. I hope you enjoyed seeing it, and hopefully the next one that I do will have a little bit more filming. But as I said, the camera overheated. I had to stop for a little while, and now the battery's about dead. So before I do the next one, there's going to be some significant upgrades so we can get some better films for you.